Well, good morning to you all. Oh, my chair is too low again, and I figured out what I do. I I get comfortable on this chair, and in so doing, and now I got this stack of papers up here that's preventing me from oh pushing my computer where I want it. Well, I know my speaker's on at least, and I got my lighting right, as good as I can get it. But it's always a bit of a kerfuffle. A kerfuffle. Well, otherwise, I feel pretty good today. Things are going all right, I guess, all things considered, because, in the story of my life, which is my life, there's always different mornings. Some mornings go really smoothly, and some don't, whether I'm trying to do any particular thing or not. It just, yeah, between gravity and being really hungry in the morning, it's a struggle. So today my hair, although I did find something out about this other product, it's it's the Turtur. I put it in this bottle. If you've heard anything about Turtur, it's just a face. It's supposed to be for your face moisturizing, but you can put it anywhere. And I mean, it is very moisturizing, but I also found out it's sticky. It's got some sticky in it. Because I used it on my hair yesterday before I podcasted, and I could tell that it changed my curls so much. And I had another problem yesterday, accident that happened. So I have a bottle similar to this, and I'm Otter Streaming Freedom with just pure water in it. But I actually did stick some other soap in there, clear soap. So then, it was in there. Well, I thought it was pure clear water, and I was just sweating, wanted to dampen my curls, kind of, give them a little reboot from yesterday, the day before yesterday. Anywho, I just wonder about this thing too. Like, maybe this can go up. Oh, and we forgot the speaker, Lou. Lou, what are we gonna do when we forget the dang speaker that probably don't even work? But we'll pretend it does just because. Ooh, 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 ooh. I just don't know about that speaker. Maybe that'll tell me a little something. But either way, it's fun. It's kind of like I kind of feel like I'm doing a bit of a thing like what was that dude's name? And he had his storytelling time. Oh, and he had this. Oh, wouldn't you like to be my neighbor? Kind of song. Um, I used to sing that a lot to the kids when they were little. I think they thought it was silly, of course. I Yeah, I had fun with them when they were little. I miss when they were little, sometimes a lot. But I don't generally get, too worked up about it, because I mean, as much as you love them and you can miss them, I got another dose yesterday of reality about the story of my life and someone else's life, and the mixture involved with that. Now, that was why I wanted a part two today on this topic, is because I would never feel comfortable with just leaving things hanging like I did, where with everyone's own story of their life is concerned. And, well, because there's relationshiping, there's the matter of relationshiping. And the matter of relationshiping is that if you break it down to relationship, if you break it down to relate. So in relationships, in and by large, we hope at best that we can relate with others, to others. And you break that down, just another little segment, and that boils down to understand each other, one another, and what each other, one another is, aiming for and going after in life, per se. Being basically equally yoked. Someone asked me what that meant one day or another. What day was it? I don't. It was on the phone, and I just got kind of grilled over using that term, that phraseology, whatever. And I explained it to the best of my knowledge, what I thought it was about, and not warm in here, but um, well, as far as I know, it's in the Bible, and it's a metaphor for, if you got two people going along together, trying to make something work together. Well, there's that then. To be equally yoked is to be, it's to be relatable. You relate with each other. You understand where each other is coming from. There's not a lot. I mean, there's always you're always going to run into your bumps along the way, along the road when you're together with someone, but you're primarily relating well, and you're able to even cohabitate together, live together, and that's another beautiful thing where stories can mesh together, and that is how it was created to be, and for many different reasons, if not just having children alone, but certainly a lot more than that. Oh, Lord, Lord have mercy. Because the thing of it is that it's hard being a parent. I mean, if you have two, if there's two in the house, that would be much better. And I noticed these lenses do change. They've got some natural tint in them. I don't love that. I think it makes it harder in certain respects, but whoopie dang. I do have other ones I could futz with just because I can. However, well, these are just, yeah, I decided those were just for, these, just to see. Help me not lose my spot. Oh, no way. Those are granny glasses. Granny! I'll stick with these any day. Yeah, and I think any and all of these, most of these are bifocals. I can't wear bifocals. These are computer glasses. Or computer glasses. I'm running out of space over here. I am going to do some more rearranging. I'm going to have to, because I need to spread out a little bit more and make the most out of every inch in here. Because I want to get another chair in here. I really, really, really do. And I think I'm actually going to. pretty solidly. I think I've made up my mind. Well, anyway, this isn't my only chair in here. This is my studio chair. My studio chair. So anyway, back to, relationshiping, even with your kids, adult children. Oh, I think that has been by far the hardest of all, of when ever, you know. Oh, and I wanted to let you know what this was that I really liked initially, and I will keep using it until I let you know otherwise. But it's Lot of Body. Lot of Body. $4. $4. Well, I got it on Amazon, and so I thought, $4? Man, I'm getting two because I don't know how long it's going to last. Oh, and it's a really beautiful, thick foam, so it doesn't take a lot, which saving money right along. We like that, to be prudent financially. You tend to get that way, if not at some point in time in your life, definitely later on, because you start just thinking more about certain things. Those rainy days tend to, oh, I don't know, they morph into another thing than just a rainy day. Well, okay, so then, you know the old saying. See, there I just took it for granted that everybody knows the old saying that save it for a rainy day. And this is over here and that's over there. So I got most of my light coming to my right side, and I know I see why. That should take care of it. Yeah, that took care of it. Might have took too much care of it. I don't know. But I had to get one of these blankets again because I had one for the longest time, but I had green, and I don't know. I think it was a gift, or I might have even gotten it at a garage sale. I don't know, but I saw this popped up, and I thought, oh, I gotta have one of these again. You know, um, for whatever reason, I think they're cool looking. You gotta have a little Aztec thrown in here, hither and thither. Oh, whatever. Now I don't like it. It's too dark. So if it's too light on this side, I don't care because it was better than the other way. All right. Well, I just want to get this sewed up because I just want to get it all off my chest. Well, and then yesterday I watched these dudes on YouTube. They are professional um, emotional readers through verbiage and body language, all the various languages of that we do without even thinking. So they study that stuff up one side and down the other, and then they'll show a perpetrator, a potential perp, whatever, being questioned in with an interrogator, and then they'll each take turns and say what they think about the various languages that were thrown off of the dude or the dudette who is in question. So I don't watch it a lot. I can get burnt out on something like that really quickly just because it's just the same, excuse me, same thing. And that's probably, like what I'm doing right now. I mean, I feel kind of samey. Of course, you're always going to look the same, kind of, no matter how hard you try to rework the frame. The frame is a lot easier to change than the picture. Um, any case, how Ruby, no, I shall not use names, and that was an accident. It's actually rhubarb. Whatever. All right, now the thing of it is so I caught myself yesterday trying to get a little bit of my story reconnected with one of the adult children of mine. And I don't know, it kind of went sideways. I'm not sure what exactly happened. I guess maybe more will be revealed as we go along. Maybe I ticked her off. I mean, that's certainly not anything unheard of. I have some pretty sensitive kids. I don't know. Well, I used to be a lot more sensitive too. But apart from that, trying to maintain some sort of a relationship with your adult children, whether it's, you know, your of your direct line or grandkids, all well, the direct lineage is more challenging, I feel, because there's just, well, then you got, if you have the other parent involved and has been involved somewhat throughout the years, and then you got that as part of the storyline too, and how that all ties into this, that, and the other thing. And, so you have that too that you have to look at and cultivate in with everything. For so long, I used to just, well, that doesn't matter. But we always, just like I decided that with the storyline as it was in my marriage, that was not working for any, for the majority. It was not working for the majority of our little plan. So I I did what I believed was the best thing to do, and I moved on. Well, we're we're still kind of friends to this day, all these years later. But when I look at the baseline of what was, and that I'm still even getting more clarity about as I go along at this age. It's just so weird. It's like, God, how how many things you can just keep learning from a situation, or you know yeah, it's just mind blowing or boggling or whatever you want to say. But the beautiful thing is that we do have that option, is to integrate our stories with another or others. Maybe it's a group of people. Good luck with that. Oh, I mean, especially, and I think that's why school was ultra so hard for me, because I just, I didn't know. I grew up, if you knew the way I grew up, you'd probably understand why I felt very left in the dark with how to be with others. I mean, I knew how to love, I knew how to care, because I even went to school with my own cousins, you know. Our family, for some reason or another, really. kind of stayed pretty close. And, I used to think, God, was there some inadvertent, what do you call it? Mhm. Oh, I hate that again. When you marry a little too close to the family line, to people, and inbreeding, like I thought, gosh, did we have a little inbreeding in along the lines of our family story? I don't know. I no, we didn't. My sister explained it to me. My sister's pretty smart when, with certain things and a lot of things really, but there's yeah, and well, we both have our strong suits, but I'd say overall she's probably smarter than me because she really digs into the I don't know what to call it, but or unless she just was born, she didn't have to get her head squished from the get go. I mean, like I did with the forceps. And God only knows how that all happened. I mean, or what that all did, traumatic, trauma wise. And well, I'm not going into all that, but anyway, because I was there, but I wasn't. But I've heard tell, and I've also seen, and I have told others about other things that I witnessed. Pretty crazy stuff, but anyway, yeah, so that was really the biggest thing is that, and that's another thing, the big wigs, they can go hang out with other big wigs. But then, the danger of that is they get pinky in the braining with each other and, and determining how things should be in life and on earth and whatever. The thing of it is many a great man and men and women have changed the course of our nation, if not even it affected other nations for the better or for the worse. And then, they pass on. And then who do they hand the baton to with how much ever of their money is left and what are they going to do with it? Are they going to further that rotten cause or are they going to do something different? Are they going to really do something more for the people? And use it as a good write off. Philanthropize. That would be good. If they don't, if it's not something that has to be tried to be shoved down everybody's, throat right away. That's never a good way to implement anything. And I think that's where the left went way wrong. Because now, because of some of these other changes happening, and now with June being the month for celebrating the veterans, and I think that's only appropriate for crying out loud. These people fought for our own lives, and some of them for even less than that gave up their lives. Some of them didn't even know what exactly the fight was for. Many of us don't know and will never know. And it's not in the history books either what wars actually were fought for. But I have found some really cool podcasts lately that go into that a little bit more, and it makes sense, And they show you the geography and everything, like up up to date. Like yesterday, I watched this whole thing on Russia. They're starting from the Far East, and they're moving over, and then they're getting to the south, and they're just going to keep moving across. Man, what a wild and crazy, diverse chunk of real estate. You can't even. That just was a mind blower for me. It's amazing. It is so different, and from one, oh, what do you call it, region to just the very next can be varied so much with the topography, the mountains, the mountainous ranges, and living volcanic stuff going on there, and all kinds of just, oh, it was so exhilarating. I can't even tell you. I was just like, wow. So one of the things I remembered from seeing on my reviewing my podcast from yesterday was when I was gonna I was telling on myself about, having to get in front of the judge a couple of times myself in order to, just sharing that bit about it in terms of that's what it took for me to realize certain things. But before I, I had that in body language reading, when you watch these professionals who study it, all the various languages of, emotion, emoting, that is a very well, that's one of the predictors that not always that that you're lying about something, but that you're whatever you're talking about is making you uncomfortable at the bare least. And it was uncomfortable to admit to that, that I had been in front of a judge a couple of times in my young adult life. So I had to learn. Some things you do got to learn the hard way. We all do. So back to this story of my life and realizing what I realized yesterday with my little bit of trying to convey to this daughter of mine. I actually invited her to a thing that I thought she would enjoy going with me together with each other, have some fun. Have a little fun. And it was almost like right then, the phone just went to dead air. So I don't know if she ran, short on her signal, so many things. That's the one thing I really don't like about the cell phone thing. And I would have a landline, but now they're like $100 a month. And that's crazy. I suppose you get, unlimited minutes. I would think you would with that kind of a cost. But I also think back to the day when they would tally the minutes, and especially if it was a collect call. If somebody called collect, oh, you couldn't get them off the phone fast enough. Because every minute was like, if it was a collect call, could have been 30 cents a minute, I think. Maybe not quite that much, but it was expensive for what money was worth back then. And that wasn't even that far back then. I'm thinking like the 90s is, and even into, it was probably early millennial as well. I don't know. I didn't hang on to the landline phone. Once I got a computer that I didn't need to have the landline for anymore, for cable, or mostly it would have been for computer, yeah, whatever they call it. Well, so anyway, now it's just really getting boring, but and it's 30 minutes. But hey, if you got any other ideas about along these lines about each one's story, and well, the other one thing I want to say is, like, obviously, if you are, enmeshed in a story with someone, it's not as easy as just going, "Phew, close the book, that's all over with. Thank God, I'm moving on." You know, that is never as easy as it ever is, ever. I mean, and the longer you're enmeshed in the storylines of someone else's life, you know, the harder it's going to be to retract, to move away. So I just say that because to whoever it might help is just to say that, if you're just starting out in something and it's 3 months, maybe 6 months, maybe a year, maybe it's only 2 years. I mean, that's not a whole lot of time. But I know you can get awfully close to someone in a couple of years, but I mean, if you're finding yourself feeling like you got, the stamp on your head, you know, punch me in the head, or doormat, that's what it was, doormat. Yeah, if you're feeling like that and you're feeling like no matter what you do is never good enough, and on and on and on along those lines, or they just don't want to commit and just have monogamy in the relationship. I mean, you it's up to you, but I know for me, I just can't say, all I can say is for today and for now. My storyline is clean. I don't have any entanglements that are causing me any grief. Well, it always sucks and it always hurts to feel rejected, like I feel now a little bit, by my daughter, because she never got back to me. And we were right in the middle of, I thought, getting along. We were getting along, and I was even opening up to do something together at some point in time, which would be something my oldest daughter would never want to do. She doesn't like stuff like that. And so, whatever. You know, it's it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. And it's never gonna be what it's never gonna be. Sometimes that sucks, but sometimes that's just the reality of it all. And sometimes it's just far easier to accept and move on than to drag it out and be in agony. And with that, I wish you peace, love, joy, and hopefully tons of righteous happiness or fun. Fun, fun, fun. Have some fun. You know, you're the one who's going to be stuck with reading the story lines of your book, your life, for many years after you get towards the laster chapters. The laster chapters. Yeah, and the remembering is so awesome in most instances and cases. And even the things that seemed so excruciatingly painful at another point in time, they're just like nothing now. They're like, what the hell was that all about? Why did I have to put myself through that? Or what was the lesson there that I had to learn? Eventually I'll remember what the lesson was. Because there's so many lessons in life. But nonetheless, later. I love you guys. I do. I love everyone, but I really love my family. Love your family. Treat them good. treat them well in the name of everything good on this earth. Bye for now.